Hello wonderful bookish friends, welcome to the Bookshop by the Sea. This week, I don't know if they're going to make the sound again, but the seagulls. Right on cue. The seagulls are in breeding season, or they've joined a choir. They're doing some kind of very raucous, and I think one of them has built a nest on top of the roof of the bookshop. It is so loud all day. We've got our beautiful music playing in the background and then the seagulls. And I don't know if we're going to have another seagull back in the bookshop. We've had 2 so far, so maybe another one. This week in the bookshop we're going to talk about book club, what books we chose for book club and why we chose them, what books we didn't choose and why we decided not to go with them. You're also going to see one of our lovely book clubs and hear everybody's rating from the last books, which were The Poison Tree and Flawless. We have a classical fiction book club where we try and do diverse authors, and we try and do like more unusual books that are winning awards, literary fiction books that maybe you just want to get your teeth into, and we have a romance book club, which is so much fun. And actually somebody is travelling hours every month to come down to our romance book club, which is so much fun. So that's super gorgeous to just see community coming together. So you're going to get to hear other people's opinions on the books, and I can't wait to show you. We've also been redoing the downstairs section in the bookshop and rearranging loads of shelves and displays. That's been super fun. So yeah, come along in. While I have you here, I wanted to tell you about the new books that we've got in this week, because I think it's going to be really fun. We're going to start doing more unboxing as well. So if you want to see the books that we order, we have like a huge big spreadsheet as well with kind of the master copy of all of the books and why we want to order them, or maybe it's a book that we think will sell really well, a book that we could recommend really easily just because we love it ourselves, and that happens all the time. But these are the books that people have sent me in this week. They're all very thin, which is intriguing because it means I reckon they might be poetry. We get a lot of comments as well saying that, do you have indie authors? We love indie authors, absolutely. We have a whole shelf full of indie authors, so feel free. And we also put them in the regular sections as well. Fantasy indie authors always do incredibly well. So if you have a book that you want to send in, post it through. And that, I think, is what this first one is. If I just cover up his name and address that's on a little post-it here. This is Fourth and Walnut by Jeremy Over. This is Castanet Poetry, so he sent this through for us to have a look at, see if we want to stock it. That's exciting. Ooh, Eric Salisbury has sent in his new poetry book. That was brilliant. He came to the festival, and I think half of these, some are Welsh, some are English, so that should be super interesting. Ooh, this one says On the Edge of a Sword, and it's a translated poetry. I can't believe we've got so much poetry this week. Maybe it's because of the festival. The Final Going of Snow. Ooh, what a beautiful title. Wow, that's a gorgeous title. And so I'll have a look at these as well. Ooh, she's originally from Estonia, so I love getting to read them. And then we've got these two lovely Bosun Bob, the Salty Old Sea Dog. They're so cute. They were sent through with this adorable little postcard that's from Erin, who's saying that, I can read it out actually. Isn't that cute? Here we go. Oh, that's so sweet. It says, Dear Freya, I've discovered your beautiful bookshop and love your story and ethos. I too am pursuing my bookish dreams. Meet Bosun Bob. I can see him being at home in the Bookshop by the Sea. Oh, he definitely will be. I hope you will consider introducing him to your readers. Best wishes, Erin. Thank you so much, Erin. That is so gorgeous. We will 100% introduce him and have a read of these books ourselves and then pop him on the shelves and send you a little email. Actually, I don't think we... Oh yeah, we have your email. We'll send you a little email, we'll give you a little call, but feel free to call us as well. And these little adorable, beautiful books, I think, are very sea themed. This feels very sea themed to me, so we'll put those, oh, what gorgeous illustrations, on the shelves. We have a bookshop ghost, and sometimes he moves books or turns the speaker on. Not really, but there's definitely the books have a mind of their own. Sometimes think about what would happen if, you know, night at the museum, if the bookshop like came alive at night, what kind of voice would it have, or what books would go and be best friends with each other? Like, would, you know, Jane Austen really love George Eliot, but would she also love kind of like some of the newer books? Would she love Elizabeth Gilbert? Would she love Maggie O'Farrell? I kind of feel like she would, and that always makes me giggle. So, book clubs. I wanted to talk a little bit about this because it was one of our most asked questions in the lovely giveaway that we are still doing for another week. So if you haven't entered that already, you can win a free book and a free tote bag just by commenting below and telling us what do you want to see more of. And one thing, I've been loving reading all of the ideas, they're so creative and exciting, but one of the things I've been loving kind of learning that you'd like to learn more about is the actual house. Like, how do we run the bookshop? How do we choose the books? Where do the books come from? Like, practical details. So today I thought I'd cover book clubs. We've also received so many messages from people saying that they'd like to start a book club. So exciting. Love this idea. So I thought we'd go through it a little bit. We don't normally have, these chairs are normally outside the front, by the way, it's just that the shop is shut. Okay, so book clubs. I love doing this. It's actually something that I started before I even opened the bookshop. That was my first thing that I did, was a fantasy book club.
Which is good and bad. Good memories.
If it hadn't been marketed as this like big suspense thriller, I would have enjoyed it because I would have gone into it differently.
Yeah.
But I went into it expecting plot twists and murder and mystery, and there was none.
Yeah.
Even that obsessive though, she just occasionally would throw in for your benefit, like, I was so obsessed with Bieber, it's like, and which of your actions are telling me that, do you know what I mean? It was kind of like, show me, don't tell me sort of like. I've never read it.
I did finish it, but I have sometimes just put a book away and I've never read it again.
I'm not sure I'd reread it, and I don't think I'd recommend it, but I'm not disappointed I read it. I've always wanted that the most, for people to gather together around books and stories. So I started the Fantasy Book Club during COVID. We even met on Zoom, and I just thought it would be a lovely way for people to come together. Now we run 2 book clubs in the shop, and I absolutely love it. I think that it's really fun, and it really gives us a new way to connect with each other. You know, having a cup of tea and talking about a book in person. There's something so joyful, and I love our online communities. I love that we're doing YouTube. I love that we're doing TikTok, and Book Talk is so much fun. But I also think that there's something really joyful and kind of, you can really speak your mind. And you're going to see, like, this book club, we were divided. Some people said literally 4.5 stars out of 5, and I didn't finish that same book because I hated it so much. So you can have such divided opinions, and I love that. But at the same time, you're all coming together around the collective value of community and reading. And I think that's so special, especially now in nowadays when we're seeing a lot of people being very divided by opinions, but also I see a lot of people using that division and separate opinions as reason for division. And I think even if we have different opinions, to be able to honour, respect and listen respectfully to others' opinions and discuss it, genuinely get into the details without getting angry, without getting upset. There's a way of critical thinking that allows, and if we practice that, the more the better. And so being able to do that at a book club is a privilege and an honour, and I hope that it will also seep out into our everyday life and that we'll be able to do that more as a society as well.
Didn't finish it, but 2 stars for writing. Hated everything else. I hated everything.
3.75. Beautifully written, really boring. Yeah.
I'll give it like a 4. Because I wasn't expecting it to be a thriller, so I wasn't disappointed. But it was quite slow. But I like the ending.
I'd give it like 2.5. Boring characters, boring writing. I'm glad they died at the end.
Spoiler!
Spoilers, sorry.
Bit 0. I thought that the cover was beautiful and it was very well marketed, and the actual story did not get me at all because it didn't like the main female characters in any way, and there was nothing likeable that I could emotionally empathise with them on. So then I DNF'd it.
I would give this 2.5 because I didn't mind reading it. I did finish it, but it was a bit boring in places, and I don't think I'd necessarily recommend it.
3 stars. It was fine. I thought the writing was it was pretty writing. Again, the characters weren't very interesting. It was pretentious as well, which if you're gonna be pretentious, don't be boring.
I'd give it 2.5. It didn't make me want to pick it up and read it, so it was just a bit boring, but it ended well. I don't like it when they don't have a proper ending, so at least
Yeah, that works.
I haven't finished yet. I would give it 3 stars just now, just because the writing is good, but there is no suspense. The thrill is not thrilling, and yeah, the characters are a bit iffy.
These kinds of vibes, and I went with a little book. This is Whale Fall. So it's Chrome Tobin recommends it. I got the proof copy of this one and read it and actually really liked it for the same reasons I liked those two. Our Rides Into the Sea and Sea of Tranquility. It was strange and it was bizarre, and it's set on an island off the coast of Wales, and it had parallels with what's happening now in the world, but was also beautifully written, really well written, and is very short to read. That's the one that I did, and it's winning awards. For the romance one, which you can also read as well, even if you're not technically in the romance, I went again a bit rogue and didn't pick a happy one.
I was about to say.
Well, does romance have to be cutesy? However, since it is a book club, let me show you a bookshop, let me show you the book club books, bring you round. And I'm thinking we should do a tour of the bookshop as well. This has been something that's also been a lot requested. So if I bring you over here, we've got lovely display books behind us, which is when you just come in the door, they're the kind of ones you see. And this is what we're doing this month. 1,000 Ships by Natalie Haynes. We've got her new proof copy, so I thought it would be so exciting to do this one. And I'll show you, the proof copy was just so pretty last week. And then we've got Whaleful, which is set in Wales, and this one's especially exciting to me because we did have the proof copy, I read it, I loved it, and now we're doing it for our book club pick, so that's going to be very cool. And it's based in Wales, so I think we'll sell a lot of copies as well. Kind of weird nature. I think people are really going to like it, but we'll see what they think. time for me to catch up. We just had a lovely bookshop. We're going to put everything back after book club to normal and head out for the day. So I'm going to say thank you so much for joining. We'll see the final seagulls out of the door, changing the sign from open to closed. And I can't wait to see you all back at the bookshop and the Bookshop Diaries next week. Love to you all.